What's going on, everybody? Welcome to 2021. We are alive! And we'll get into why that's important here in a little bit. But welcome. You made it, everybody. You got through 2020. I don't want to say this is season 2, but we're back with the new show. It's been about 4 weeks, and we're going to get into it here in a second. But before I get started, you know I can't do anything without bringing my boy, the one, the only, Mr. Casas. Sir, how are you doing this 2021?
I'm surviving. I'm good. I'm dodging bullets left and right. No COVID for me.
Yeah, don't start with that, all right? Just because you dodged the one bullet. Artie's saying that, guy. Oh, before we get started, guys, we want to make sure you guys follow us on social media. Head on over to Twitter at blown_save and on Instagram at @theblown_save. I know over the last few weeks we haven't really posted much, and that's due to because I got sick with COVID right after the baby was born, and I got sick on Christmas. Well, technically Christmas Eve. And so I had COVID. I unfortunately gave it to my brother-in-law, sister-in-law, and their kids, my mom and dad, and then everybody here at the house. So
you had COVID twice?
No, I had it one time, but I gave it to everybody on Christmas. It was my...
I forget, Brent. Ben was born so soon because you said right after he was born.
Well, yeah. So I was on leave all of November. Mm-hmm. And then I went back to work for 3 weeks, and in those 3 weeks, they gave me the COVID, and then I gave it to everybody else. Apparently, the thankful thing the only thing I can say I'm thankful for because of it is so far everybody's getting better, which is really good. My mom and dad were the biggest ones that I was worried about, and my mother-in-law because they're all over 60. And I was really worried because a lot of people get really hit really hard with it when you're over 60 years old. Everybody here at the house got a mild case of it. A couple headaches, a couple of chills, a fever here and there real quick. But nobody got hit harder than me. And I was down for 9 days. I had to go to the ER on my third day because they were worried that I wasn't getting my oxygen. My blood wasn't oxygenating right. So I was in the hospital for like 9 hours before they sent me home. Dr. Straight said, if you're not 60 years or older, I gotta send you home. If this was 2019, he's like, you would be in the fucking hospital right now. But because it's not 2019, it's 2020, and we're in this pandemic, and there's no room for a lot of people, I have to send you home. So they shot me up with some steroids, they gave me some medication, and they said, go home and stay in your room. So I was there for 9 days before I walked out of that room. Thankfully, Judy held the house down, kept us all grounded, made sure we were good. Other than that, man, I'm just happy that I can walk around and do shit without dying now. So, I know that you had a couple other buddies get it at the same time as me, too.
Man, you guys all caught it, bro, on the same day. I was like, damn, were you guys all, like, kissing? What's going on here? All caught it on December 26th. So there was 4 of you guys. I'm drawing a blank on who the 4th person was. But I know it was too mild and too heavy. Because the too heavy was you and my buddy Joe Lasky.
Uh-huh.
Or the dude that was a pitcher on our softball team for us. You two caught it heavy. And then the light one was you. I'm sorry, it was Toño. Uh-huh. You know, my childhood friend, my best friend. And I'm drawing a blank on who the 4th one was. But whoever that was also caught like a mild version as well, too.
Right on.
But all of you guys caught it on the 26th, so I'm like, damn.
Well, I caught it on the 25th. It was Christmas night, and we were watching TV, and all of a sudden, it hit me like a sack of bricks, dude. I started getting the chills. I was running a fever. I was coughing. I was like, some shit ain't right. I don't feel good. Like, we're not good. As soon as my temperature was checked at 101, dude, like, I was, like, crying, bro. I was like, no, I have the COVID. We actually, we actually sent the baby Ben, we sent him to the neighbor's house. He stayed with the neighbor for, like, 5 days. While we all kind of got through the initial chingazo. Mm-hmm. And then she brought him back and whatnot. So big shout out to the neighbors, Federico and Angelica and Christina. We appreciate you guys being able to take the baby for a few days while we kind of got better. Even Luke got my 3-year-old Luke got sick, but he only lost his sense of taste. So we noted. Well, Judy told me. I didn't know. I was upstairs in quarantine basically. But that he didn't want to eat like his fries. He didn't want to eat tater tots, and he fucking loves his potatoes. And he didn't want to touch it. So we're guessing that he couldn't taste it, and that's why he didn't want it. But everybody else had really mild symptoms, which is really good. We're all going back to work. We all started work this week again. Judy started Monday. I start tomorrow. Saturday is my first day back at work. They gave me all middle shifts the next 2 weeks, which is good because I have somebody in the morning, somebody in the afternoon. So if I need to stop and take a break or I need to go, get a breather, I can do that, which is really awesome of them to do that at work. But I'm just glad. Guys, if you guys don't know anybody who has gotten COVID or you think that COVID's a joke or whatever opposite of you can get COVID, if you're thinking that, I'm telling you right now, guys, it's no fucking joke. Like, I thought I was going to die. Like, legitimately. On day, 9, when I finally got out of bed, and, I woke up, and I was like, I could breathe a little bit. Like, I was like, oh my God, I want to live. I want to live. But all jokes aside, make sure you guys are staying safe. If you guys don't have KN95 masks, my doctor told me those are the best ones you can get. Go on Amazon, buy some KN95s. They're the best things you guys can have. It's going to be your best protection against the COVID and everything like that. Wear your shit. Wash your hands. Do everything. I mean, I did that. I wore masks. I didn't wear the KN95s. I had a net gator. But I always wore it. I always washed my hands. I always used hand sanitizer. I always stayed away from people. And I still got it. So you don't know how you can get it. You don't know how it's going to affect you. Just be safe, guys. Take the vaccine. I can't wait till they let me. I'm trying to get it through the VA. Judy's getting hers in a month because she's a teacher. Riverside County, I guess they moved them up because she wasn't supposed to get it till March. So she's getting it in February now. So, it's really good that we're going to have that going. So, stay safe, fucker.
Yep.
I don't need
you. At home, too.
I know, right? I ain't going nowhere. Shit.
I ain't going nowhere thanks to you now, Brent. He's like, I see it.
We can't even go golfing no more.
No more. She said no mas.
We'll play some golf again online or something or in the summertime.
Get the damn Tiger Woods video games what we need to get.
That's what we did. Dude, I was thinking about it. I was like, bro, we need to get Tiger Woods golf or the PGA golf game for the PS4 so we could play against each other.
Yeah.
Dude, I actually real quick, I went outside yesterday and I was using the 65 and because I have a little patch of grass on the front right side of that yard, and in front of one of the palm trees there's a little dirt patch. So I was 10 feet away trying to chip it over, do a little lob hit to get into that little dirt patch, just to practice my swing or whatever. I edged one of the balls and it went into the neighbor's yard, and I was like, okay, I'm done for today.
Yeah, those days would be dangerous.
Oh, absolutely. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I hit a couple good ones, I ain't gonna lie. But after that one, I was like, that's enough. All right, man, a lot of sports talk. A lot of sports news has happened over the last 4 weeks. Originally, we were supposed to start last week, but my body could not do it. I had to go to bed and get some rest. But a lot of stuff has happened, good and bad, and some sad, unfortunately. And we're just going to jump into it right now. We're going to talk about some of that sad news. Mr. Tommy Lasorda, Mr. Dodgers baseball, has passed away at the age of 93 from a heart attack. He is forever going to be a legend of the game and the Dodgers. The Dodgers legendary manager was able to see his beloved Boys in Blue win another championship before he passed. In the 20 years as the Dodgers skipper, they won 2 championships, 4 National League pennants, and 8 division titles. One of the most amazing ambassadors to the game of baseball and the Dodgers. Artie, since he is a Dodger, I will concede the mic to you, sir, to speak on Mr. Tommy Lasorda's impact and career, not only on the Dodgers, baseball, but yourself as well.
Yeah, man, he was a dude that personified like bleeding Dodger blue. You know, like he's the one that I could think of my favorite players as a Dodger, which are primarily Or Hershiser was the first one that I could think of that I really liked as a Dodger, and then Mike Piazza came around, and I was just in love with that dude. And then probably the latest one is Kershaw. You know, I like those kind of lifer Dodgers type of dudes. You know.
Yeah.
I get that Piazza and Hershiser played somewhere else, but in my eyes, they never played anywhere else.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you there.
But anyways, there are dudes that, you know, really personify what it meant to be a Dodger. And, but Tommy was always that little voice in my head that anything he said, you know, I really bought into it. He reminds me of like a teacher that you really like, you know, and that you'll follow. And he was that dude for me. He was that dude. He was a manager. He won 2 titles. He won one in 81, the year where you were born.
Yep.
Which is, to me, real special. That just kind of signified that I was meant to be a Dodger fan.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell happened to you, you know, but... and then he won one in 88, so I was little when that happened, but I still kind of remember it.
Which,
you know?
by the way, is the comadre's birthday. Or that birth year she was born in 88.
See, there you go, which makes sense why she's a big Dodgers fan. Again, something... It just goes wrong with some people, you know?
And then, okay, so check this out. 2017, when they went to the World Series again, when they lost because the Astros cheated, Luke was born.
Oh, wow.
This year they won. In 2020, they won, right? Guess who was born in 2020?
Oh, Ben.
Ben. So
illegitimate child was born in 2018. The one nobody knows about.
The one nobody. We don't talk about that one. We don't talk about that one.
Oh, Judy's not listening inside.
all I can do is speak for those 4 years. Okay, that's all I can do.
Yeah, man. So he just personified what it meant to be a Dodger. You know, like bleeding Dodger blue. Like that comes from him. You know, talking about like I'm drawing a blank on some other famous things he said, but like something like I think he said God must be a Dodgers fan because the skies are blue or something like that. Like he had so many different little quotes, and the way he does things that I try to do as a teacher and a coach to motivate his players. Like we talked about, well, we didn't talk about, but you kind of brought something up that day about Bob Costas, you know, ranking Trout as the top center fielder and stuff like that.
Right.
The generation. And it made me think of Tommy Lasorda and the story. You know, all these dudes are telling stories, right? And Bob Costas told his story about Tommy Lasorda. Because Tommy Lasorda said something about like, dude, these dudes pitching, they shouldn't even be in the World Series right now against Oakland, right? Or I think it was Oakland. I forgot who it was. But he's like, man, they shouldn't even be in the World Series. It makes no sense why they're here right now, blah, blah, blah. Dude, and Tommy Lasorda like, did you hear what Bobby said? And blah, 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 like bulletin board material, right? And that's exactly what I do as like a teacher and as a coach. I'm like, oh yeah, even if they didn't make it that way, you twist it into making it that way. And here's the thing, Tommy wasn't doing it to be like a jerk to Bob Costas, because I remember after the game, because it was before game 1 of a series, right? So he goes over and they interview him, right? And Bob Costas has to come and kind of join on the interview. And Bob Costas was all scared, dude. He thought Tommy Lasorda was just going to chew him out because he had heard that Tommy was using it as motivation. Yeah. And he says as soon as he got in sight of Tommy Lasorda, that Tommy was just winking at him while he talks about it. He's, oh, yeah, someone was over there talking smack and blah, 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 blah. And he was just winking like, I know what you did, and I thank you for that. Like, I'm not mad at you. It's more like, thank you. I'm glad, bro, because you let me use that as leverage with the guys, and I appreciate that. I know you weren't doing it to be mean or whatever. You're just being honest, like, hey, our pitching's that good. He's like, but we needed that. There was another one, too, where against the Mets, who was it? It was Jeff Cone. Steve Cone. I don't remember Cone's first name. But anyways, he said something like about like the Dodgers not being on their level and this and this and that, and bro, that's when Tommy, they used it, they used that motivation. And there was another writer too, they used that motivation, and he used that bulletin board, bro, and that's how they beat the Mets in that series, right? You know, so it was stuff like that I love hearing those stories about Tommy Lasorda, because those are things that I try to do with my students and teams. You know, you try to find that little X factor, because a lot of these teams are going to be real close, right? Unless you're like superior in talent, right? you got to find a way to separate yourself from the other team. And sometimes it's that X factor of motivation, right?
Yeah.
Like, play for something. You're playing for something, you know? Even if it's just a regular game, you're playing for something. And when you're playing for something, dude, you just go a little harder. You know, fight for every inch is like one thing, you know, I used to hear from, I forgot who. But it was like, man, dude, you fight for every little inch and you end up winning because 1 inch turns into 2 turns into 3. Or you not, you got a whole step in front of the next opponent.
Right.
So I love that, dude. On a personal note, I was real happy. I did get to meet Tommy Lasorda twice in my life in person. The first time was when I was in college. I got selected for a prestigious internship with the LA Times called the Jim Murray Sports Institute. And there, I never forget. This is a cool story because you know how everybody has their story, right?
Yeah.
So I got to share my story.
Go for it.
So I knew Tommy Lasorda was a keynote speaker at our event, right? And there was like, he was 25 or 30 of us from around the country. And there was only like 3 of us selected from Southern California. And when I say around the country, bro, I mean around the country, like New York and like all the way over there on that side of the country, right?
Right.
So there's only 3 of us selected from Southern California. It was me, another dude, which I was impressed by because that dude was selected from a junior college. I was selected out of Fullerton, right? So I was like, oh, damn. And then the other dude selected was out of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, which happened to be my roommate for the whole event, right? So it was cool. Anyways, we knew the keynote speaker was Tom Lasorda. So then when I saw the lead editor, which I'm drawing a blank on what his name is right now, he had like 2 bags. You could tell they were gift bags, right?
Right.
And I saw that dude walk in with 2 gift bags before anybody else walked in because nobody wanted to go sit down because we all kind of wanted to be close to Tommy, right? And everybody was like Russian roulette, bro. Like you're just trying to get, like a roulette where you're like, man, you're just trying to take a wild guess at where that dude's going to be. And I saw and I put it together. I said, that dude's got the stuff he's going to give to Tommy. He has to have it. So I took an educated guess. I said, Tommy's going to be at that table, right? So obviously I was cool because I had one roommate. Again, I'm drawing a blank on the dude's name. But I told my roommate, bro, Tommy's going to be at that table. So nobody wanted to go sit down. So finally I went and sat down, bro, at that table.
Right. And
it wasn't like at the center where you think maybe Tommy would be. It was kind of towards the outskirt of it, right? So everybody goes and sits towards the front because they're like, fuck that. I'm going to be right in front where Tommy's talking at the very least, blah, blah, blah. And I go and sit right next to those fucking bags, right? And I told my teammate, hey, bro, I think he's going to be here. And I was like, come on. I was like, we don't got anything to lose, bro. Like, if we're wrong, man. It's just shot in the dark. But if we're right next to Tommy, right? So sure enough, bro, you know, we sit down. He goes to do his speech and all that at the podium, which isn't that close to us. So we didn't have, like, the greatest view of the speech, which was all right? So I was like, all right, I'm banking that this dude's here. And they saved 2 chairs, bro, at the table we're at. They saved 2 chairs. So I was like, oh, yeah, he's coming, right? And everybody got that sense, like, dude, he's coming to sit here. He's coming to sit here, right? And, again, me and my roommate had those 2 chairs surrounded. So, like, me and him were right next to Tommy. And that dude was next to, Bill Dwyer was the sports editor's name, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the LA Times. He was a legendary sports editor.
Yeah.
He retired years ago. Anyways, so my roommate sat next to Bill Dwyer, and I got to sit next to Tommy, bro. So, like, when Tommy walked over, I was like, oh, hell yeah. And everybody was like, dude, like, how the fuck did you figure out he was going to sit there? So I told everybody the story, like, afterwards, right?
Yeah.
I was like, man, I saw Bill walk over, and he had two bags in his hand. I saw him put them down in those chairs. Bill never sat down, though. He just put those bags down right next to those chairs. So I was like, dude, I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to say Tommy's here. So, of course, I like, dude, I got to have lunch right next to Tommy, dude. Like, you know, I got to spend, I don't know, lunch with like an hour or something like that.
Right.
But I was just picking his brain, and I was like, hey, like, what'd you really think going into that World Series against Oakland? Like, man, when you tell me about the Gibson moment, dude. Like, I'd heard it on TV, but really, like, man, what were you thinking when he's actually hitting? Were you thinking, like, damn, this was going to hit one out? Like, what were you thinking? Like, literally. And he's like, man, I was just hoping he'd put it in there, maybe score a run, tie the game, and win in extra innings, blah, blah, blah. Like, he started telling me, like, the juice, you know? He's of course, you know, the best case scenario happened where he hit a home run. He's well, we're just trying to get that damn ball in the air, you know, and score a damn run and tie the game and maybe win it later because we're the home team. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be the smart play, blah, 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 right? And then he could tell I knew a lot about baseball, so he asked me, like, you know, baseball, this and that. I said, yeah, you know, I played a little bit I played in high school and I played a little bit in junior college and this and that. Oh yeah, I could tell by the way you're asking questions, this and that. So dude, it was just real cool, like a real cool moment. Another one. It was less formal or less informal, I guess. I went to a coaches convention at Dodger Stadium with my buddy Joe.
Mm-hmm.
It was my first year coaching with him at Gabrielino High School, and he had like a coaching convention, and he was a keynote speaker. And then he just it was like a cocktail type of thing. So like, you know, people went up to him, shook his hand, said hi. So I went over and said hi to him, but it wasn't like I got to have lunch with him. And,
right.
And you know, I posted my photo on social media of me and him from that day, dude. And not too many people got a photo with him. I know me and my roommate did because we were right next to him, you know? And then everybody else was like he was signing stuff more than anything, but he wasn't really taking a ton of photos because there's too many of us, you know? Imagine 30. But I got a photo, bro. And that to me, that's still like one of the coolest photos I've ever had. Like, I've met a lot of famous people, but I don't have a lot of photos with all these famous people, you know?
Yeah.
And to me, that's probably one of the ones I have a photo somewhere of me with Mike Tyson.
The blurry one you were telling me about.
Yeah, dude. I don't even know where it's at. But, I mean, it's somewhere. But the Tommy Lasorda one is probably my favorite, like, of all time, dude. Like I said, I'm glad we got to cross paths at least once. One of the cool other little things, and I'll finish with this, Tommy never was shy to talk to fans, bro. He was always like, he was about the people. And that's what Hershiser said about him. Hershiser called him his baseball dad. And I thought that was like so appropriate, bro, because I feel like he was everybody's baseball dad. Even if you, bro, who's an Angels fan, he'd find a way to connect with you. He'd be like, yeah, my boy Mikey won you guys a title, right? Like something like that. He'd find a way to connect you. He wouldn't just like disown you. He'd be like, oh, that's cool. At least you like baseball, and you know my boy Mikey was over there with you. You know, like he would find some way to connect with you, man. And that's just like, dude, like that's just being a good person. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that's impressive. So that's my story, man. And
you're sticking to
it. But bro, he was 93 years old, man.
He lived a good life. He lived a long and good life, and I mean, I wish he would have gone out in his sleep and call it a day. Yeah. He had to have a heart attack, but he did live a good life. He lived a long life, and he won 2 World Series. Saw the Dodgers win another one before he passed.
Yep.
He kept saying that that's the last thing he wanted before he died was to watch the Dodgers win another World Series.
And he was there when they won it, and Doc even said himself, I honestly believe that he was hanging on for us to see us win one more. I'm glad I'm the dude that brought it to him. Like, I'm glad we were the ones. We finally did it for him, you know?
Yeah. I'm with you there, man.
Yeah.
Definitely sad times for Dodger faithful, but great stories like the one you just told, and I'm sure a lot of people have different stories like that with Tommy, and I still remember him arguing with people, with the umpires and stuff like that. I think he has some of the best arguments. If you go on YouTube, you can look up Tommy Lasorda arguments with the umpires. He has some of the best like outbursts and like just blow ups with the umpires.
Or the one-liners, or the Philly fanatic when they beat up the Philly, or that dude catching the bat in the All-Star game, right, where he got hit with the bat and thrown over. Like, dude, there's so many like things that you just can't make up with him. Like he was so natural. He was like authentic, right?
Yeah.
There was that one where you talk about, the one I think about that they keep replaying over and over again, and it's in the World Series against the Yankees, I believe. And the umpire comes and asks him, he's like, hey, come on, like, we got to speed this up, man. What are you going to do here? He's like, hey, you got to give me time, man. This is a damn World Series. He's like, should I take him out or should I leave him in? He's all right, I'm going to take him in. Plays the opposite. Like, dude, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
And in the World Series, he did that in the World, not just a regular game, in the World Series, dude. Yeah. Like, that's moxie, bro. That is moxie right there,
Yeah, I'm with you there, man. Definitely sad times now, but he did get to watch the boys in blue win again. So let's move on to some NCAA football. It just ended, to no surprise. By the way, Leon texted me an hour after the game was over and was like, hey, bro, was the national championship game today? And I was like, yeah, dude, like, it ended an hour ago. He's like, what the fuck, bro? He completely missed it. He loves watching this shit. It was fucking hilarious. But in no surprise, Alabama Roll Tide wins the NCAA football college championship in what was basically a one-sided affair. Alabama basically, forgive my pun, but rolled over Ohio with ease, scoring on the ground and in the air at will for most of the game. I watched the second half, and it just felt like every time Alabama got the ball, they were going to score. Like, they just kept moving forward and just pushing through people. And it was Ohio just couldn't. They would score every third possession. And they looked good. I mean, they were 6-0, I think, but Alabama was 12-0. Like, they played enough for the year. They were ready to go. They actually did work, and Alabama, congratulations, Roll Tide. You are the NCAA Division I college championship team for the year of 2020-2021.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Nick Saban's got to be the GOAT for college football coaches. He just finished passing, I'm trying to blank, but the head coach of Alabama, what's his name? Trying to blank right now. Bear Bryant?
Yeah.
The Bear. But he passed him for most national titles with 7.
Yeah, so you know what's funny? Leon brought that up yesterday when I saw him. He was telling me, he's like, he's got to be at that point where it's like, oh, I won another championship. Cool. I guess I'll see you guys next year again. Like, he's gotten to the point where he's won so many in a row, or he's won so many that he's kind of like, now what? Like, of course I'm going to win. Like, I'm here again. Yay. You're like, at some point, it's got to get stagnant.
Like Belichick, you know? With a little bit more flavor to him because he's done it with multiple teams.
I think that more because he not only did it with multiple teams, but he's every year you got to have a new, squad that goes in there. With the Patriots, he had them there for like the core group of them. Right. He had them there for that big ass run. But with college football, guys are fucking 1-2 seasons and then they're fucking out of there because they want to go to the NFL. So I think it's if you want to talk about GOAT coaches, I mean, he recruited the guys, he brought them in, he won 8 national championships. I mean, granted, he's got to get. I mean, they jokingly, right? He's got to be getting tired of winning championships already, but it's kind of expected now to have Alabama in the Final Four, if you want to call it that, or in the playoffs for the national championship game. Like, it's weird if Alabama wouldn't be there. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, and everybody roots for nobody roots for Goliath. Everybody roots for David, right?
Yeah, this is true.
So the times he's lost, he's lost in the final twice. I think in the semis twice also. I mean, the one thing a lot of people forget is the black mark he has on his name. Do you know what it is?
No, what is it?
It's when he left Dolphins in the middle of the night, bro. Like, he had met with the team earlier in the day.
Yeah.
Was that him? I think it was him that he left in the middle of the night, and then he was gone very next moment. But I could be wrong. It might not be him. I think it was this other coach. Or was that the Atlanta Hawks coach that was like, oh yeah, everything's cool, and then he just left.
It's a peace.
Yeah, in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
Kind of like when the Colts left, Baltimore.
We're out of here.
Yeah, they literally packed up in the night and took off to Indy.
Yeah, they were like,
yeah. So yeah, man. But Nick Saban did coach the Florida Miami Dolphins, and I could have sworn he left them hanging high and dry. But again, I'm drawing a blank if it was him or the coach from the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
I got to look that up.
I mean, either way though, if you're talking about GOAT coaches, 8 national championships with your fluctuating team every year, 2 years, I mean, that's pretty impressive. And to have gone 2 other times, so he actually been there 10 times. And won 8. I mean, talk about percentages. You're fucking batting 800. That'll get you in the Hall of Fame anytime.
He's going to be in the College Hall of Fame. He's going to be in the NFL Hall of Shame, but he's definitely. So I just read it. It says right here, after only 2 seasons, he quit on the Dolphins, and all this comes after he flat out told the media that he was not interested in the Alabama coaching job.
Wow, look at that. I mean,
just boom. But I don't think he was the one that left in the middle of the night. I believe the Atlanta Falcons dude was the one that left in the middle of the night.
Speaking of guys going to the College Football Hall of Fame, my boy Tony Romo just got selected to go to the College Hall of Fame.
Really?
Yes. They announced.
I don't even know what college he played for.
University of. I want to say Wisconsin or something like that. North Wisconsin or something like that. I forget
what. Junior College Hall of Fame or something?
No, he's going to the College Hall of Fame. Like they announced it. He actually.
I feel like that's not as prestigious anymore.
I mean, he is number 1 or 2 in all their school records or whatever for passing yards, touchdowns, stuff like that. Like he is like number 1 or number 2 in all of those things.
Eastern Illinois.
Eastern Illinois is what I meant.
But can you name another quarterback to come out of Eastern Illinois? Like, oh, come on, dude. Like,
I mean, hey, I'm not saying it's fucking Alabama or USC, bro. I'm just saying congratulations to my boy Tony Romo for making it to the College Hall of Fame. I mean, it's something. I mean, he's amazing. He's an amazing broadcaster too.
Yeah, that he is. He's
just
great at analyzing. He calls plays like nobody's business, bro.
Yeah,
if he's gonna do this, and that.
If he keeps this up, he's gonna get into the NFL Hall of Fame as a broadcaster.
You know what? You ain't lying. That dude can't catch a snap to save his life, but
he can call a goddamn game all day long. But you know what I mean? So I mean, they were talking about before we get into the NBA and stuff like that. They were talking about how the Bears, who'd they play in the other game? The Bears and who did they fucking play? Who'd the Bears play?
Not the Cowboys. They played. Was it the Saints?
Oh, the New Orleans Saints. So they were showing that game on Nickelodeon. And they had, and so people were making jokes. They were like, yeah, so I jumped on Nickelodeon to watch the game and see dudes get like slimed, quote unquote, like digitally slimed and stuff like that. And then every time they scored a touchdown, slime canyons would be going on a thing. They kicked a field goal and like SpongeBob was the field goal, whatever. And they're like, yeah, I watched that for like 3 minutes. And then I was like, I'm going back to Tony Romo because I ain't missing a word he's fucking saying.
Right.
So I was like, hey, dude, like, everybody's kind of getting it. Like, dude, this guy is fucking an amazing analyst. So
He is. Well, that's one of the few homer times I could tell you I'm with you on that for sure.
Right? Oh,
sure.
I like it.
I saw his numbers. Hey, man, he had some good numbers. He played all 4 years, 82 touchdowns in 4 years. That's, an average of hair under 20. Oh, no, it's at 20. 20 point something and 7,816 yards passing. That's almost like 1 year for Dak Prescott, but still, it's really good,
He's playing Eastern Illinois, bro. Come on.
Yeah, but it was a JV of D1. That dude was D1 AA. So.
Hey, it's still there, bro. He's still there.
I said, hey, bro, you want any water with that Hall of Fame?
He's going to analyze it for you and then tell you to sit down, all right? Because he's still in the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame is Hall of Fame, bro.
Yeah, I guess. There's so many college football Hall of Famers that you can't even,
it's ridiculous,
like
bro.
I said, I just don't even think it's prestigious anymore,
It's not as prestigious as, let's say, the NFL Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, that's the majors. That's it. That's the pinnacle of the sport. So I think that it has to stay there. And it'd be like that, but they do have to show love to the college players, you know what I mean? So, because not every great college player goes on to be a great football player. Or a great NFL player. But they did amazing in college. It's just...
I feel like a lot of these dudes, if Romo hadn't gone into the NFL, does he make the Hall of Fame in college?
His records are still there. I think his notoriety, because of that, they got him because of that. But it's very, very... it's very, very slim chance.
Let me just tell you, no, he does not make the College Hall of Fame if he does not make the NFL. So that's just straight facts. That's facts. The truth. He has good numbers.
Yeah, I mean, look at...
Does he make the NFL? Does he make College Hall of Fame if he doesn't make it to the NFL or do anything in the NFL? No, I don't think he does.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, I would like to see who, the lowest rated college dude to make it into the College Hall of Fame is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Romo's got to be there, bro. Eastern Illinois won AA. It's got to be close, right?
It's got to be towards the bottom of the barrel, but hey.
And I'm talking just college.
Right? I would still I'd hang my hat on, bro. I'm in the Hall of Fame, bro. College Hall of Fame, Division I, AA, XXEO, whatever, bro. But I'm still there.
Watch him not be in the Hall of Fame for high school.
Oh Jesus. I'm sure his high school got him in there somewhere.
I feel like it's a trickle down effect. Like, oh, you did good in college, all right, you're in the Hall of Fame in high school. Yeah.
But yeah, moving on to the NBA, Harden is away. Harden got his way. You like that? Like traded out of Houston to the Brooklyn Nets. He joins Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving on the Nets squad. What do you think of the trade? It's a new team. Is there a new team the Nets have to worry about now in the Eastern Conference? What other powerhouse team in the East is he going to have to help fight off to get to the championship? And do you think the Lakers were too much now that he was like, there's no way in hell we're going to make it there through the West. I got to get out of here and get to the East. He had to try and find a different way to get to the finals. And I think part of that is him moving on to the East Coast with the Brooklyn Nets. And I mean that's a solid three. Their big three, if you want to call them that. That's a solid squad right there.
It is. So when you saw his trade demands, all like the teams he wanted to go to, they were on the East, bro. So I told you that dude's a little scared ass. Like that, he knew he would not be. It would be too hard of a road to try to make it to the finals through the West.
Well, you got to get through the Lakers. You got to get through the Clippers. There you go, Dad. I mentioned the Clippers second. How about that? The Warriors. Who else you got? The Raptors. I mean, Utah's really good.
Denver.
That's 6 teams right there. You got to fight through to get to the playoffs. But you got to get there, right? And if you go to the East Coast, you got the Heat, the Celtics, Philly,
and Celtics. I think those are the big.
I think that's it right there. And
and Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, yes. And then you got the Nets. So you know what I mean? You have an easier road if you want to call it that. Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a grind as much, you know?
Exactly.
I thought it was funny and interesting. There was a lot of comments with Kenny Smith and Shaq. And one of the funny comments to me was that Kevin Durant went from playing with the Splash Brothers to playing with the Dribble Brothers. Because Kyrie and fucking Harden like to dribble so much, so I thought that was hilarious.
My biggest thing with Shaq, and I saw the video today, and I wrote down kind of what he said, but he had some choice words for Harden for the on that trade. Shaq said, "You gave Houston your all, and that ain't true." Or you say you gave Houston your all, and that ain't true. You asked for Dwight Howard. They gave him to you. It didn't work out. You asked for CP3. They gave him to you. Didn't work out. You asked for some shooters. They gave him to you. Didn't work out. You asked for Westbrook, your homie, and we gave him to you, and it didn't work out. When you say you gave everything, I say
and he got John Wall next. Too.
Yeah,
he didn't even give John Wall a chance.
And he says, I say no, you did not. You did not give everything. In the last 5 elimination games that he played in, he's 1-4 with a shooting percentage of like 20% from the 3-point range. Like he was just absolutely awful in shutdown or elimination games. And he was like, "How are you going to say that you gave your all if the numbers and everything else we're looking at says no, you didn't?"
I said I wouldn't want him on my team. Him and Paul George could go play with each other. Like, man, I like that he went to the Nets because I think the Nets become less of a threat over there. There's only so much ball to go around. And Harden and Kyrie both need the ball in their hands to play the game. Durant, even though I don't like the way he handles himself either, that dude doesn't always need the ball in his hand to score. Like, he doesn't need to be dribbling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Harden and Kyrie are both dribblers. Now, I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and it's happening. Kyrie never plays a full season, bro. Never, ever plays a full season. At the beginning of the year, I told you, to me, the over-under was 10 games that dude playing. Okay? He's already going to easily pass the under, or 10 games missing, right?
Yeah.
He's already going to be there. Like, for taking time off, for rest. And now because he was breaking COVID protocols. Dude, I just saw today that he got fined like $50K for something. I forgot what the $50K was for. And then $80K for $800K for violating the COVID protocol. So it's like, damn, but that's chump change to those dudes, you know? That's like freaking, that's nothing. But still, Kyrie just that dude. And he's a president. He's a VP of the league, which is mind-boggling. You know?
The Players Association.
Yeah, the Players, the league, the Players Association. That's what I'm saying. So to me, that's just like, wow, dude. Like, but again, I have not been a big fan of Kyrie ever since he wants to be an alpha, and he's just not an alpha in terms of a player. He's never gonna win a title being by himself. He needed LeBron to win that title. He wanted to go somewhere where he was a dude and win a title. And what does he do? He has Durant. Durant's clearly the alpha. Now he's over here. He's not even. Last year he had a shot to prove to everybody that he could be an alpha and guide a team without Durant. You know, because Durant was hurt obviously last year.
Yeah.
And everybody knew he was not going to play last year. And Kyrie, what does he do? He ends up, I'm hurt, I'm this, blah, blah, blah. And that's okay. Like, if you get hurt, you get hurt. You know, some people are soft.
Shit happens.
He's charming. As say, you know? He's charming. So, yeah, dude, I'm glad he went over there. I don't think they're going to win anything. I think there's not enough ball to go around. I don't think any of those three do. Well, Durant plays sort of defense because of lankiness. But Kyrie and Harden don't play defense, bro. On defense, you got to play both sides of the ball to have a shot at winning.
Yeah.
And both of those dudes do not play both sides of the ball. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have a deep enough team to win that game, to win that division. I mean, they'll still lose to like a Miami who plays both sides of the ball and tough. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. These dudes, they're not going to.
Right on. I mean, the Lakers are showing everybody why they're the Lakers.
Undefeated on the road, bro.
It's fucking ridiculous what they're doing to everybody.
8-0 on the road to start the season. Best start in franchise history.
They are slapping people around right now. It's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. You just basically see the Lakers in first place in the West, and then everybody else is going to be fighting for second through, 8th to be able to get in. Yeah. So, I mean, right now, the way it looks, that's what it looks like. Could things change? Yeah. Could somebody get hurt? Yeah. Knock on wood, no. But, you never know. All right, man. Let's jump into some Major League Baseball. We got a bunch of trades, a bunch of signings, and a bunch of maybes that are happening. Big one right here. Lindor got traded to the Mets. How crazy stacked is that team now, man?
Dude, they are loaded. They
also got Carlos Carrasco, right?
Yeah, well, I think sneaky, bro. Sneaky good pick on that trade. Easily a number 2, definitely a number 1 on the Angels. But easily on the number 2 or 3. For sure he's a 3.
Yeah.
But he's got the ceiling of being a number 2 on most pitching rotation. Not just pitching rotation, but
you said most. You said most.
I said most. I mean, he'd be like a 3 for us. Well, I don't know. May's pretty damn nasty.
I think he'd be a number 4. Yeah, May looks like he's gonna be good for you guys for a while.
But yeah, dude, he's easily a legit pitcher right there, man. He's a high quality pitcher on that Mets. They got Lindor, who to me is very marketable, very very marketable.
Huge.
He's not a dude that carries himself in a bad way. So he's going to a very big market. Who could be a very marketable Latino there, dude. I like that trade all the way around because everybody's like, oh, well, he's going to want mad money, bro. But he's going to create mad money for the Mets, too, just by getting him.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, it's a plus and minus type of thing, like you're getting all these X factors with him. And he's easily, I mean, he might be the best shortstop in the league for me. I'm trying to think of another shortstop that's all around better. I mean, bro, he, prior to this year was short. But prior to this year, he had 30 home runs and 20 steals in 3 straight years. Like, dude, I can't name another shortstop that does.
Yeah,
let alone over their career.
I'm surprised that Lindor got traded to begin with. I know they're doing a big rebuild and they're dumping contracts, stuff like that. But, like, I would have maybe built around him to have him there, and then you still have Carlos Carrasco there to solidify that pitching, that rotation. Like, it was, when I heard that he got traded, I was like, bro, they are fire sailing like crazy right now. And then it was like a footnote. They're like, oh, and they also got Carlos Carrasco. It's like,
right.
What?
I couldn't believe they got that.
How'd you get both of them?
Yep.
I can't get one.
Hey, what was the nickname that I told you that Cleveland? Remember I sent it to you in a text or in an Instagram message? Drawing a blank, but they're like, oh, because Cleveland is not going to be the Indians anymore, right?
Right.
So they're trying to. So it was a nickname that they had for Cleveland. It was a good nickname though. It was like Cleveland.
It was during it was during my COVID time, bro. I can't neither confirm nor deny anything during the COVID time, bro. I couldn't even remember what time it was.
Another dude that played for the Indians that's not going to be there is Brad Hand. That dude's on the move, and guess where he might sign as a free agent?
With the Mets.
With the Mets. They're saying they're just trying to finalize a deal, but he might sign with the Mets, which to me is like, damn.
The Mets are stacking.
They're getting stacked. Bro, they already have 2 closers on their team. They have Edwin Diaz, who two or 3 years ago set the major league record for saves with Seattle Mariners. He had a really bad year this last year or the year before. I forgot. I can't remember. But he had 1 year right when he signed with the Mets where that dude was horrible, right?
Right.
So they have him. He's legit, bro. He's a really good relief closer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he stays in that role, but he's definitely a great bullpen.
I think they move him to the setup guy. He's the number 7th inning or 8th inning guy.
Yeah. And then they just signed Trevor May from freaking Minnesota's closer last year, who's another legit dude. And now if they get Brad Hand, bro, you tell me 2 righties and a lefty, they're gonna sandwich that. Or
You're gonna go. You got 7th, 8th, and 9th inning right there, locked down. Call it a day. If you get to the 7th inning, it's over,
bro. And they have one of, if not the best pitcher in baseball in what's his name?
Syndergaard?
Yes. No, not Noah. Noah's good. The dude that won the DeGrom, Jake DeGrom.
Oh, Jacob DeGrom.
Dude, he's won the 2 out of the last 3 Cy Youngs. That dude's legit. Like, he's trending towards Hall of Fame material.
They definitely have the pitching mustard to fucking clean to take care of everybody's hot dogs. If you know what I'm saying.
And let me tell you, they are still considered one of the top teams to possibly land George Springer.
You know what? I heard that, and I heard that Springer's also might have to take a friendly deal and stay with the Astros.
Well, it's your choice. If we're, I don't know.
I mean, I would want to get the hell out of Houston because
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah. What else we got? We had Ross Stripling. He signed a $3 million 1-year deal with the Blue Jays. Liam Hendricks. $39 million over 3 years with the White Sox. The White Sox are looking fucking stupid good right now. Jesus Christ. Corey Nebel, $5.25 million for 1 year with the Dodgers. Los Dodgers. Your boy Pedro Baez, 2-year, $10 million with a 3rd-year option of $7.5 million. Who did he sign with? I'm sorry. Baez.
He signed with the little Astros.
Oh, that's right. He went to the Astros. And then today, Kurt Suzuki, 1 year, $1.5 million deal with the Angels, my Angels. I'm happy that they made a move. I'm not ecstatic about this move, but they made a move. It's not a pitcher, but he's an upgrade at catcher, I guess. I mean, we got no other catcher right now, really. So, yay, we got a catcher. My thing was, if you're going to go get a catcher, JT Realmuto's right there. Throw some money at him. You got the extra fucking scratch. There's a bunch of shit coming off the books with Pujols at the end of the year. You can backload his fucking contract, call it a fucking day. Now you got a top catcher. Boom. Out of control. Go get Bauer. Go get some other pitching. Just go get pitching. Angels, go get pitching. And then
figure out who the White Sox picked up, and they picked up Lance Lynn in a trade.
Yes.
I really like.
And then Corey Kluber, it's reported he's going to sign with the Yankees, pending a physical. No money or anything like that, or years or anything like that haven't come out yet, or as of recording this. But he is pending a physical with the Yankees. He's going to be a Yankee this year. Congratulations. Fuck you, Evan. Whatever. I mean, it's going to be low risk, high reward. I think. I don't think they're going to pay him out the wazoo, but I think he's going to make decent amount of money, and his ceiling's really high. If he does really well, then boom, they got a steal. But if he doesn't, they're like, all right, cool, like go. They could always unload him. Some loadable free agents that are still on the market right now: Trevor Bauer from Cincinnati, JT Realmuto. He did get a new offer on the table from the Phillies. $5 million for 5 years, nine figures. Apparently, that was reported today. George Springer is still floating out there. DJ LeMahieu just re-signed with the Yankees, 6 years, $90 million. Jesus Christ Almighty! Marcell Ozuna is still out there. He's trying to get back to Atlanta. Marcus Semien is still out there. Well, I said Marcus Semien, bro.
Yeah, because you have Marcus Stroman on here, but
did he already
signed already with the Mets?
Did he? I didn't know if it was finalized. So Marcus Stroman, 1 year contract. So they got Marcus Stroman back with the Mets now. The only other thing going on as far as my guys go, Ohtani and the Angels are going to arbitration next Friday. The Angels offered him $2.5 million. Ohtani came back with $3.3 million, about an $800,000 difference. I think it's going to depend on how much if he is going to pitch, what he's going to be doing as a pitcher. I think if they're going to keep him as a pitcher, they got to bring him in from the bullpen. You can't be a starter anymore. He's got to be a setup guy or a long reliever, maybe eat up 2-3 innings, but I think that's where you got to kind of keep him at and let him continue to DH. Outside of that, if you're not going to have him pitch, stick him in right field, call it a fucking day, let him fucking play daily, and let him get the job done. I think. Right? Yeah?
I'm with you. I mean, I agree. I think he needs to be going to the bullpen, a reliever.
Uh-huh. You know, I think starting pitching, he's done. Like, go make him a reliever or just put him in right field, get him some fucking time over there. He can still hit the ball really hard when he gets enough game time. Only hitting twice a week, you don't get that rhythm in there, I think. But I think he needs to focus on that. If he's a position player, boom, all of a sudden, now he can hit almost every day. The Dodgers did settle some big names in arbitration. You guys got Urias, Seager, and Bellinger taken care of, right? You guys are good to go, and they're rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Who do you guys got? Anybody you going to arbitration with?
They're still trying to settle with Walker Buehler and the catcher. What's his name? The AJ. What's his name? The backup catcher from Riverside.
You're talking about the Dodgers here, so.
Well, he hit a home run in the World Series. One more home run than Trout has in the World Series. Every time. I can't his name right now. But anyways, but the one I'm worried about is Buehler. But it's not that big of a deal. They just figured it out. They kind of, one comes high, one comes low, and they meet in the middle. So,
yeah, that's where I think. Yeah, it's the same thing with Ohtani. I honestly think they're going to end up being right around 2.9 or $3 million and call it a fucking day. But once again,
that the Dodgers have 4 big names that they're going to have to sign to big contracts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, all of these dudes are going to want big contracts, and I don't blame them.
They all performed. You got to pay them. I mean, you can't go into that going, well, we got to see. I'm like, dude, you guys all fucking performed, especially in this shortened season with all the fucking different things that are going on, and you won the World Series. Like, you got to pay the guys.
There's 4 guys here, right?
Right.
The 3 I think they pay is Seager, Belly, and Buehler.
You think they let Urias?
I think Urias walks.
Man, I'll take him. Bring him right over. Crosstown. Bring him crosstown. I'll pay him. I got the money. Artie's got the money.
And if it's only 2 guys, they're playing Buehler and Belly.
Oh, absolutely. I think Seager walks too. If that's the case, if they're only paying 2, Seager's on the road.
They'll pay 2. I was gonna say if they pay 1, I think it would be Buehler. Honestly, I was gonna say Buehler just because you got to keep that pitching there. But if you got 2, definitely Belly's number 2. 3, I think Seager. If you give them all 4, then you got Urias. Although if Urias doesn't get paid and he wants to be a free agent, somebody could pick him up. I don't see why the Angels don't go over there and go, hey, bro, I like the way you throw the ball. Nobody wants to play for the Angels.
Come on over here. I'll give you a double the $20 million or the $2 million you're looking for.
Bro, your big signings are you know.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Kurt Suzuki, who's on the tail end of his career.
Hey, we got the new closer, and we got our setup man.
Yeah, like, who are they again?
I forget, but we got them. Okay.
That's bad, dude. Because I honestly keep hoping. And believe it or not, Brent, let me just tell you, I hope you guys don't get Bauer, because I think that dude's going to be a buster if he goes to the Angels. I know you want Bauer, but I honestly believe it will be a blessing in disguise if you do not get Bauer. Mark my words.
Look,
man.
I know you've said it several times, but my big thing is we need pitching, and we need pitching now. And the list of pitchers is fucking shrinking really fast.
Yeah.
Really fast.
Yeah.
And it's just like, he's there, you gotta go get him at this point. Like, I'm sorry, like, it might be one of those fucking busters that happen. It might be a Hamilton or a C.J. Wilson kind of thing that just, it fucking blows up in our face. But at this point, you gotta go get some fucking pitching, and you're not getting anybody right now. And the list of pitchers that you can get is shrinking by the day. Like, really fast. So, like, go sign this motherfucker already. Go get somebody else, and go get another guy. Because I know we got Heaney back.
Other guys to get.
We got Heaney back. We got Griff Canning back, and we got there was another guy that we were just one of our other, Bundy. We settled with all three of those guys. Go get me fucking Bauer and one other guy.
What other guy? There's another guy, bro, to get.
I'm just saying, go get somebody. We got they just announced the top 10 center fielders right now. Top 3 got Springer, Belly, and my boy Trout. Now, we have some reservations. Before we get to that now, Mr. Artisanal Chocolate, so you have to understand that they did take, because it was a shortened season, they took the what's it called? The statistics from the last 3 seasons, so the shortened season and the 2 before, and they put that into what they call the shredder, and this is what the top 3 that came out, kind of, everybody kind of had these as their top 3, was Trout, Belly, and Springer. Go ahead, Artie. I'm waiting for you.
I just think it's, okay, knowing that's different. We talked about this past year. I feel like center field is really weak. And look, I know it might sound bad when I hear Trout and Belly. The names themselves are not weak. They just had it down here. Dude, I know you don't want to hear it, but Trout's lost a step, bro.
Hey, bro, he's been in the league now 11 years.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. It happens, bro. We get older.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He's got a kid. You ain't going to dive as much anymore. Things to think about past baseball. He knows he ain't going to win a World Series. So he's like,
hey,
bro, take care of my chicken, right? You got to take care of my chicken.
Bro, mark my words right now. You heard it here. January 15th. We're winning the fucking World Series in 5 years.
Not
3 years. Because we're no longer going to have Pujols on the team.
You're not going to win it. You've won one in fucking 50 years, and you think you're going to win one in the next 5?
Hey, we won one in 2002. In the last 20 years, we've won one.
Yeah, but
in the last 20 years, you've won one too. I don't want to hear it.
No, 30 years. Thank you very much.
In the last 20, I'm saying, in the last 20 years, you've only won one.
Bro, in the last 2 months, we won. Thank you very much.
I was waiting for you to come back with something like that. But no, I'm with you. Trout definitely did lose a step or two.
He's lost a step. Yeah. Defensively, I just don't think. I mean, the metrics came out, dude. He's just not that good defensively. He's the worst center fielder in baseball.
Well, they were talking about if this would have been a full season, who knows what the statistics would have been at the end of the year. But what they were saying, because they take the statistics from this last year and they took the 2 previous years, obviously he won an MVP. And he was number 2 on the other year. So, like, it was it's one of those things where it all kind of stacked up. And because of the 3 seasons altogether, that's why he's still on top.
Oh, he's on top no matter what, dude. Because, like I said, we both said he's a Hall of Famer if he stops playing right now.
Yeah. Oh, right now.
He's probably the best Hall of Famer to never win a World Series, like, easily. I just got to throw it in there.
Yeah, you got to keep saying.
Ernie Banks is probably the best.
You got to keep saying. God damn it! Let him win another MVP, and then we'll be like, oh fuck! All right, well, 4 MVPs.
I'll tell you this: I don't think he's ever going to win another MVP. It gets harder as you get older, brother. It just gets harder.
Hey, you never know. You never know.
You're
hey,
right.
Miggy did it, and he's old as shit.
Bro, but he won it in his prime, and he only won 1. Like, Trout's already won 3?
And been a runner-up like 4 other times.
Well, who cares about the runner-up? Nobody remembers that.
I know, but Trout has 3 MVPs to his name right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he has 3, right? I mean, other than Barry Bonds, who's won 4 MVPs?
Nobody.
I honestly don't think.
Nobody else has won them.
Who's won 3? Honestly, I think Trout might be the only other dude that's won 3.
The Barry Bonds is the only one that has more MVPs than Mike Trout.
Okay, I'm not surprised. 2, I know there's been 2.
Yeah,
but MVPs,
it's a bunch at 2, then Mike Trout at 3, and then fucking Barry Bonds at what, like 6 or whatever he had, 5. 7. Jesus, chinga su madre, way. Steroid era. What else we got going on here?
So I think it's a little bit watered down, but given over the 3 years, there's 2. There's 3 guys. How do we miss this?
Who?
There's 3 other guys with Trout. I don't know why they don't have Trout's name on here, but it makes sense. One of the names he's still active.
Who?
Really? Think about it. It's pretty obvious once I thought about it, like, oh, yeah.
He's active an active player right now, playing right now.
He's active, yeah. He's slow as fuck, but he's active.
Pujols?
Yeah.
He won 3?
He has 3.
I know he had 2 for sure. I didn't know he had 3. Okay.
3. The other dude that has 3 is Stan Musial.
Oh, Stan the man.
Yeah. So and then
Michael
Trout.
Nelson Trout.
And then everybody does a boatload at 2.
Yeah. So it's pretty good.
I don't know why. Like Pujols, I'm like, oh yeah, it makes sense. Like, dude, he was on a run. He was on a tear too.
Yeah.
Like I could see that.
I mean, that's good company to have. Stan Musial, Albert Pujols, and Mike Trout right there. I mean, that's not terrible, man.
Yeah.
Like we said, he stops playing baseball tomorrow. He announces, you know what, guys, I'm retiring. I got to go. I mean, obviously he's not, but still, he just says, I'm retiring. I got to go. He's a Hall of Famer as soon as he comes up. First ballot, I think 97% he goes in.
He's in the 90s for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think he gets 100%, but I think he gets 90.
If Griffey don't get 100%, who's the obvious Hall of Famer.
If he doesn't win a World Series, there's no way he's 99 or 100%. There's no way. I think he's 95% right now. He goes in first ballot, but he's definitely in first ballot Hall of Fame.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man.
I wonder if he does win a World Series, if he becomes 100%.
It'll be interesting to see. He would have to not only win the World Series, but he would also have to be a big factor, or big contributing factor to the win at that point. And I think at that point you get it 100%. Trout becomes the second player in MLB history to get 100% on the first ballot Hall of Fame.
Yeah. The Jeter should have been another dude.
Jeter should have got it as well. I mean, I'm glad Mariano got it, but still, Jeter should have been, hands down, should have been the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, for as much as we hate and talk shit about Derek Jeter, he was still a good ball player, man. I mean, if he's not in New York, is he that big? The same? Maybe not, maybe. But because he's in New York, because he's in that spotlight, Jeter got put out there, and he did his job.
I thought Griffey should have been the first one, if you ask me.
I honestly, with knowing that
came into, he was drafted number 1 overall, bro. So it comes with these major expectations. Not only did he live up to the hype, he probably surpassed the hype. He just didn't win a World Series.
Yeah,
that's baseball is
a very fickle thing, dude. Like, and it sucks because you have some of the greatest players. We were just talking about one of the greatest players who were Hall of Famers who never won a World Series, right? And Ken Griffey Jr. is one of them.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he did amazing. His swing never changed from his first at-bat to his last at-bat. Same sweet, just flowing swing and hitting the ball 450 yards or 450 feet easily. No matter. So, I mean, he should have been the first 100%. Obviously, they gave it to Mariano Rivera. Jeter should have been right there. And I think if Trout wins the World Series, mark my words right now, first ballot Hall of Fame, 100%.
Maybe.
If he wins the World Series. If not, then pues chinga su madre way. All right, moving over to the NFL real quick. We got, before the weekend's games, there are some notable free agents that maybe teams should be avoiding. I read this article earlier today. There's 4 free agents that they were like saying, hey, man, stay the fuck away from these guys. You don't want to pick these guys up on your team for whatever reason. I want you to tell me right now, Artie, yay or nay, do you want these guys on your squad, whoever you are rooting for this year? Jadeveon Clowney, defensive end, yay or nay? You know he's going to be asking for big money.
Yeah, I think the money is not going to be worth it.
Okay. So no?
Nay.
Nay,
No.
all right. We got Will Fuller.
He might be one that I would go for it, but on my Rams team, no.
What about AJ Green?
AJ Green, he's old as hell.
I know. That's why they're saying stay away from him. Stay away from him. And a former Ram, Mr. Todd Gurley, they're saying
Good,
stay the fuck away. And I said that for like 4 years now. After he kept getting hurt, and he just didn't feel like he wasn't attacking the ball the way he used to. Before he got that knee injury, he was a different animal. Came back after that knee injury, is not the same person. He had the opportunity to show that he was better, or he came back and he was doing what he was doing with the Atlanta Falcons, and it just never came up. It never happened. So, gotta stay away from. So of the big 4 there, we're saying Will Fuller is one. Maybe you take you take a risk on, and maybe give him one of those contracts like Cam Newton, where it's performance based. No?
Will Fuller?
Will Fuller. I'm talking about Will Fuller.
Performance based, bro. He's in his prime right now. Someone's gonna pay him.
Where do you think he goes? So the one guy you're saying, yeah, go get. Where do you think he goes?
Wherever Deshaun Watson ends up. If he goes to like Miami, maybe there.
Oh, well, Deshaun Watson was also teasing the 49ers jersey, talking about come and get me.
You know where I think he could go to? Fuller, to like a Philly team. I think Philly needs a really good receiver.
Well, I
so
mean,
going over there.
Philly just kicked out their quarterback.
Yeah, they haven't kicked him out. They actually kicked out their head coach.
Well, that too. So no head.
They didn't kick out his quarterback. They kicked out the coach, and I think they kicked out the coach because the quarterback said that there's issues. So I actually think there's something going on there with Wentz. Because they didn't really kick him out.
Do you think Wentz comes back and gets a starting job, or you think Jalen Hurts? All right, he's on the way out. He's on the way out.
Because Wentz wants out. Philly didn't kick him out. Wentz wants out. There's a difference.
Nah.
You know, it's like Trout saying, "Hey, I want to stay with the Angels, and I'm gonna sink with this Titanic." Like, dude, he's the opposite. Wentz is like, "Oh,
Jesus Christ, we're talking football here, man. Leave my boy Trout out of it."
Give you an analogy. Wentz wants out, but who wants him though?
No, he's way too damaged, man. No,
and he already got a contract. Nobody's gonna pick up that contract. Like, I can't think of one team that would want him. They said something about like
if the Eagles trade him, if they find somebody to trade him, the Eagles are going to eat up 80% of that contract. They're going to pay him to go play somewhere else, basically.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't see. I had seen somewhere where who'd they say they said swap quarterbacks and hit the reset button. It was Wentz or somebody else. And I can't remember who it was. I'm drawing a blank. But, I mean, I just can't think of where Wentz would end up. That'd be like, oh, man, that'd be a pretty good fit for him. You know?
He needs somebody that has a very strong offensive line to be able to hold, to allow him to throw the ball. He needs not only the big offensive line, but he also needs an established run game to be able to balance out what he's got. And you're not going to take Carson Wentz on a team that already has that. You already have your quarterback there. Yeah. Like you're not going to go and get him there on the side.
You saying that? Only one team comes to mind.
Who?
For me.
Who?
The 49ers.
Well, I mean, Watson's talking about going to the 49ers. If you're the 49ers and you're like, okay, I can get Watson or I can get Wentz, I wonder where I'm going to go. I'm going to take one.
Don't get me wrong. Nobody said that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, if what you just said, okay, that describes where Wentz could go. Now, you're going to pay an arm and a leg to get Watson. Bro, you might just pay a big toe to get fucking Wentz.
You're going to lose that toe. But, I mean, as long as they can... But look, Jimmy Garoppolo and the other fucking knuckleheads that were there, they couldn't keep them from getting hurt.
Right.
So, obviously, they still need to put some pieces down on the offensive line with the fucking draft coming up.
But that's what I'm saying, though. You're not going to give up anything to get Wentz, and you could build the line with the draft. Watson, bro, you're gonna have to have what you got, and you're giving up your draft to get Watson.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I got you there. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Like that's my opinion. I just think. Now, do I like it? If I'm Evan and he's listening, like, well, hey, I want Wentz? No. Of course, no. Everybody wants, the Trevor Bauer to be the ace of their staff, right? But he's only going to be the ace of somebody's staff. Watson, I don't think Watson. I don't know, man. I saw some of the trades out there, and I think Watson goes to like a Miami, dude.
I don't think he goes to Miami because they got Tua, and Tua he didn't do too bad this last season. I said too bad, right? I didn't say he did amazing. I didn't say he did great. He didn't do too bad in his rookie campaign coming off the bench. He came in with the third game, I think it was.
But why? Fitzpatrick, that was dumb, dude. They put him in a bad situation. They should let him sit this one out, write it out, let him learn.
Yeah.
And Fitzpatrick had a better year, dude.
Yeah.
I felt bad for him. Like, Hurts came in the right situation. Wentz was sucking balls, bro. Like, and he came in, and Hurts was legit. He was the real deal. He was ready. They brought him in towards the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
Why did they rush Tua, man? Like, that dude's coming off of an injury, and they brought him in. They say, hey, you know what? You're ready to go. And what they do, they bench the poor guy a couple times, right?
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, oh, but he's still good. Yeah, he is, but give him some time. They're young. He's coming off an injury. Like, dude, they should have let Fitzpatrick play out that year and then bring in Tua, when they're blowing teams out, how they did a couple times.
Yeah.
And then start him this year if they want. Like, let him literally actually compete for the starting position when he's fully healthy, like a whole year. When your mentals are caught up with the speed of the NFL, let him compete. Not into your rookie year, bro. To me, they put him in a bad spot, and I think he did all right. Hurts, I would say, hey, he did good. He's someone I would say did good.
Right.
Tua, I wouldn't say did good. I say he did all right. But I think he goes over there. I think the Dolphins are kind of a team. I don't know, man. Dude, I also heard Watson to the Patriots. Imagine him over there. Jeez. But I also think the Patriots want a pocket passer, bro. I think they want someone that manages the game. Because look at what they did with Cam Newton. Cam Newton's not the guy anymore, bro.
No.
That dude, it's funny how a lot of these players talk about, like, watch. Hey, write it down. Bring that same heat. Watch this year. And freaking, 1 out of 10 end up doing what they say they're going to do. Mm-hmm. Look at Le'Veon Bell. Yeah, keep that same energy. I got this date marked. Oh, what? That date's marked of the date you're going to get traded? Oh, damn. Yeah. You're hot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
A lot of these dudes do that. And, yeah, dude, I don't think... You think Cam Newton plays in the NFL again?
I don't think he plays as a starter anymore. I think he comes in as a backup.
You think he wants to do that?
Oh, no, I don't think he... No. You didn't ask me, do I think Cam wants to do this or that? You just said, is he going to play again? I think he comes up, somebody pays him to be a backup.
Yeah.
I don't think, especially after this last season, I honestly don't see him starting anywhere.
I don't think so either. I don't think he gets phased out.
Yeah. I think we've seen the last of Cam Newton, Super Cam, the whole 9 yards. I think we're done with that. I think we're past. At some point, you got to get put out to pasture, and he got put out to pasture.
Another one that I wanted to talk about too, that I'm really like surprised at, is we never really talked about. Maybe we touched on it, but Jameis Winston never really got his shot at being the starters in they're with the
New Orleans. Yeah,
like, dude, they said, hey, you know what? We'd rather run the ball with our quarterback than to let you throw it
with Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
I was surprised when they went with Taysom Hill over Jameis Winston, but I mean Taysom Hill looked good.
He's not a passing quarterback.
No, he's not. But he definitely brings that run pass option, a different dimension to the Saints that isn't really there with Drew Brees, obviously.
Right.
Like, Drew Brees can scramble and get out of there if he has to, but that's not his, like, go-to. And with Taysom Hill, his go-to is, give me the ball and let me run.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he can still throw the ball. I mean, he's not Drew Brees, but he can still he can still sling it. He did, the 2 games or whatever that he started, he did actually pretty good. You can't hate on the guy. I think he outrushed Kamara one of the games. But still, you know what I mean? It is what it is. You got to kind of find that balance, and he just brought a different dimension, but that's why he's not starting right now, and Drew Brees is, and we'll get into those games here in a minute, but it was interesting to see. Do you think Jameis stays with the Saints?
But where's he go? Nobody wanted him last year. He's a pocket passer. Send his ass to who I was just saying, New England.
I would, okay. As a starter, you think they give him the opportunity to start?
I mean, why not give him an incentive-based contract just like they did to Cam Newton? But this dude is a pocket passer. Cam Newton wasn't a pocket passer, and I don't think it works.
Yeah.
In New England, I think they want a pocket passer.
I'll tell you this much: if Jameis Winston goes anywhere to be a backup quarterback, I would love to have him on the Cowboys. Bye, Red Rocket. It was a great opportunity. You did decent, but we need somebody else.
What happened? Oh, well, it wasn't you, but, Joe was talking about he's the best backup in the NFL.
Oh, no. I would have taken Jameis Winston over the Red Rocket any day, over Dalton. I mean, there's a reason why Dalton, was out there for that little bit of money that he got.
I like what the Redskins did with getting rid of that quarterback, Haskins. They were like,
yeah.
You know what? You're a headache, bro, and we ain't going to
deal with you. Go be somebody else's headache in the Canadian League because nobody's picking you up. Yeah, no, he's either going to the European League or he's going to the Canadian League, but he's not playing in the NFL. It's just not happening. After you were here for one season and you're gonna fuck this shit up. Get the fuck out of here,
dude. Yeah,
you're gonna start with
every opportunity to make a star of himself with that team. That's a quality team,
and he made himself an asterisk instead of a star.
Yes, sure did, man. He sure did.
What else we got going on in the NFL? The Jags hired Urban Meyer, so he was going to be the next coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Jacksonville has the number 1 pick in the NFL draft coming up.
Dude, I think that's going to be a good fit both ways. I like that Trevor Lawrence from Clemson.
Yeah.
And that's who the number 1 pick is going to be.
Oh, it has to be. And he's going to the Jags, and you got Urban Meyer there.
Yeah, you got Urban Meyer. They got some quality receivers. I mean, dude, the Jags never got smacked this year. They lost a lot of games,
and they were right there the whole time with fucking with Minshew Mania. They were right there. You got a guy like the guy coming out of Clemson. Like, are you kidding me? You have a solid squad there. Like, they're going to be competing. They will. Yeah, they will. They will definitely be competing in their division.
I think so too. They might not win it, but they'll be close, dude.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of those close games that they lost this year get flipped next year.
Yeah.
With quality quarterback and a new coaching staff.
100% on board with you on that one.
It's one of those like, damn, dude, I can't believe they're the number 1 pick, because you think of like a slapstick team, and who was it? Who was the team that was in first the whole time and then they lost it right there at the end? Was it
the Steelers?
No. Like the worst team in the NFL.
Oh, the Jets.
The Jets.
It was the Jets.
That's the team that you're like, damn, that's a bad team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the number 1 pick is not helping that team.
It doesn't matter what. Yeah, it doesn't matter who they got there.
Yeah, so that to me is like, dude, they were with Jacksonville. I don't think about that at
No.
all.
I think they lucked out because the Jets won a couple games, and now they got dropped into that number 1 spot. And I think they got very lucky because they got Urban Meyer, and now they got the number 1 pick, and they're going to pick up a quality quarterback. And all that's going to do is solidify that offense, and I think that's a really, really good offense. I just thought of something though for the Jets. Because obviously, I don't think Sam Darnold is going to be making it there any further than he is right now. But they need somebody that's going to be mobile and moving around. Cam Newton to the Jets.
If they trade down,
you don't think Cam Newton over to the Jets? You go ahead and build up that offensive line. Now you got a little bit more help for Cam Newton. He's a little more mobile than Sam Darnold is. Or you think they live and die with the Sam Darnold man?
No, I don't know, man. I think Sam Darnold is
he's damaged goods now.
Yeah, I was never big on him. He's a local boy out of USC and stuff, but I just never thought he was that good, man. I didn't think he was that good with USC. I thought he was a little overrated.
He was a game manager. That's all he was. He was a game manager. He did that, and he did it very well. The problem is you put him on a Jets team that is absolutely atrocious, and you can't manage a game like that. You can't manage a win that way because the team is just that bad.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe he goes to New England. Game managers. They want game managers.
There you go. You got a little swappy swap. Hey, we'll give you that. You give us Cam. We'll call it a fucking day.
Yeah, maybe. Well, Cam's a free agent. He was only on a 1-year contract. But.
Oh, that's right. They had the second-year option, the team option, but they ain't going to pick it up.
They ain't picking it up.
All right, let's get into the divisional weekend. We got down to the final 8. And this is how it happened. The Browns shocked the Steelers, scored 28 unanswered points in the first quarter, setting a new playoff record for most points in a quarter by any team in the Super Bowl era. Who saw the Browns coming out and beating the Steelers? Artie says he did.
On TV.
Did you think that they were going to beat the Steelers?
Not like that.
I didn't.
I thought they had a shot.
My thing was, and because everybody's got a shot, any given Sunday, as they say, right? But I thought if they got a shot, they're gonna win like 31-28. They're gonna win. It's gonna be a fucking nail biter to the end, right? 28 fucking points in the first quarter. I mean, granted, the Steelers came back because they didn't really score again until the third quarter. The Browns didn't. They didn't score again until the third quarter to kind of hold them off. But the Steelers kind of made that comeback. But, man, Ben Roethlisberger throwing 4 interceptions just absolutely killed the Steelers, man. Like, I had to put a couple friends on suicide watch because they're huge Steeler fans. And I was like, bro, just after that first quarter, I was like, look, bro, there's a lot of game going on. There's a ton of game left. You guys can come back. But somebody keep an eye on these guys, please, just in case. Just in case. Just keep an eye on them. And I guess, hey, Baker Mayfield woke up feeling dangerous again, and he made things happen. Although a lot of it had to do with the defense, but still, Baker Mayfield feeling dangerous. Is he going to feel dangerous against this weekend? I don't know.
They're talking a lot,
Yeah, but all that's going to do is give fuel to Aaron, and we'll get into that here in a second.
Aaron.
Who are they playing? The Bears? Oh, the Chiefs. They're playing the Chiefs. Yeah, David and Goliath. I remember I set that one up that way. The Ravens, yeah, right. The Ravens came out and slapped the Titans around. They did not let King Henry get going. He only had about 45 yards rushing for the entire game. So the Ravens were able to contain the one big thing that the Titans had in Derrick Henry, and they became very one-sided, and it didn't work out. The whole thing with the Titans is that they're very balanced with a little bit more run, but if they don't have that, you got nothing else. Like, honestly, the quarterback, the receivers, they're good, but the offense, is the motor, the engine that runs that offense is the run game.
Right.
If you don't have that run game, you're not going to get anywhere. And the few times that they did lose this season, it's when they bottled up King Henry. Even then,
interesting that everybody was hyping up Lamar Jackson winning a playoff game, and he did well. Well, bro, he didn't even throw a touchdown pass.
He didn't. But my big thing was when they needed a first down and nothing was out there for him to throw, he got it with his legs. At the end.
See, and that's part of the problem I think he has is that dude thinks he's a passing quarterback, and I think he's trying to prove people. Or I'm sorry, yeah, I think people are like, dude, you're not a passing, you're a running quarterback, and he's like, nah, I can pass, and he's busy trying to prove people wrong. Like, hey, I could pass, and he's not a passing quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think the sooner he realizes that, the better off he's gonna be.
Yeah, you know? I'm with you there. I'll hang my hat on that one with you. We're good there. The Bills beat the Colts once again. Another playoff loss for Mr. Phillip Rivers. I don't think he's going to be there after this year either. At another team where Phillip Rivers is going to be going, and I don't think anybody's going to pick him up. I think he's done. I mean, he's what, 38, 37? He's up there.
Yeah, he's older.
Yeah. The Rams pulled out the upset, I think, of the weekend against the heavily favored Seahawks.
Wait a second here. You don't think the Browns beating the Pittsburgh Steelers was the upset of the weekend?
Well, okay, no, but here's the thing: the Steelers were on a 4-game skid.
So the Seahawks have not played very well, bro, this year. At least the Steelers had played well this year.
They went 11-0.
Huh?
They went 11-0. The Steelers went 11-0, and then fucking shot themselves in the foot the last few games.
So you are adding fuel to the fire, because that makes it sound like more of a reason why the Browns.
All right, so they pull out one of the upsets of the weekend. Better? Is that better for you?
Better. Okay.
One of the upsets of the weekend. Russell couldn't connect with his team. The Rams defense kept him on the floor, and DK Metcalf was absolutely quiet. He was furious on the sideline, but he was absolutely quiet. He only caught a couple catches during the game. He was not who they needed. Yeah, he caught one touchdown, and so did the other guy. I was going to say Beckett, but it's not Beckett. It's Lockett. Lockett caught one too. But that was pretty much it. They were pretty much held. They were kept under control basically the rest of the game.
Randy locked his ass up too.
Oh yeah. Tampa Tom took care of the Washington No Names.
Wait a second here. You didn't talk anything about my Rams. You just talked about Seattle.
I said the Rams defense kept DK quiet, and they put Russell on the ground. The Rams defense was looking absolutely spectacular with what's his name? The main defensive end. Mm-hmm. What's his name? Mr. My Rams.
Not Sam.
No, that's Sam Darnold.
Aaron?
Aaron Darnold? Aaron Donald? Donald?
Yeah, I don't know. Now you got me confused.
Whatever. But no. They sacked Russell Wilson like 5 times.
Right.
Like I said, they kept him on the floor, and they kept the if you got Russell on the ground, you ain't passing shit. And to be honest with you, the Seahawks run game wasn't that spectacular to begin with. It was good, but it wasn't otherworldly. It wasn't beast mode status, you know what I mean? Because if you have that, now you have a little bit more balance. Now you're worried about getting people bounced out to the sides, running down the line. Like it's one of those things that we're able to just kind of control that entire thing. So there you go, you're fucking Rams, man. Yeah. Tampa Tom, like I was saying, took care of the Washington No Names. I think that was kind of it was a given it was going to happen, but at the same time, I'm glad that Tampa Bay played the Washington Redskins, or the former Washington Redskins, because it was like a tune-up game for him, because I don't think they did as good as they thought they were going to do against them. And it came down, other than the Steelers and the Ravens game, it came down, all the rest of the games came down to the Chicago was the worst one, though. But it came down to the end of the game, and it was, 1 or 2 possessions, and it was right there. But they're going to look good going in. They're going to be tuned up going into New Orleans next week, or this weekend, I should say. And then finally, Chicago, well, they showed up in New Orleans. Drew Brees sent them home very quickly. They looked absolutely good for 1 quarter, and then they forgot how to play defense. And then because of that, they forgot how to play offense. and and then they got to go home.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to play anymore. So they were done with it. So they're like, fuck it, screw it. So who's left? So who's left and who they are who they thought they were. So who's left and who are we picking? All right, first game, the Rams are going to the frozen tundra. That is Green Bay this weekend. Will the defense hold tight, or will they get frostbite against Aaron and the G-Men, the Pack? What do you think, man? Do you think the Rams are going to pull this off, or do you think Aaron Rodgers still has a little bit of magic in him? This is the season where Aaron Rodgers did get their new starting quarterback drafted in the first round. He's got that chip on his shoulder. Do you think he goes out there and handles business, or do you think the Rams go and shut him down?
I could tell you, I hope the Rams go in there and shut him down, but I think Rodgers is going to get it, man.
I don't get me wrong. I'm not a Green Bay fan, but I have to say I think Aaron, just the moment's that big, he's going to show up and it's going to handle business. If the defense does come out and shut him down, man, if they shut down Aaron Rodgers, you may be looking at the Rams going to the Super Bowl and having the trifecta in Los Angeles with the Lakers, with the Dodgers, and the Rams. It could happen, but you gotta go through the frozen tundra. You gotta get through Aaron, and that motherfucker likes to spoil fucking runs for everybody. Yeah. All right, so I mean it's gonna be a tough one, but I think I'm with you there. I think the Green Bay Packers, because they're playing at home, I think they go ahead and take this one, and they're on to the National Conference Championship game.
Yeah, I think their home field advantage, the weather, makes a big difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's going to make a big difference. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a blowout because the Rams defense is just really
good. Absolutely.
You know
it's going to be a fucking slobber knocker, as they used to say.
Do I think that Rams could upset them? Yeah, I think they could be an upset.
They definitely have the ability to go ahead and upset them. I think once again, if the Rams beat Green Bay, I think that they have what it takes to go ahead and go to the Super Bowl at that point.
Yeah. You just never know what offense is going to show up for them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, very much so.
That's the problem with them. You're like, man, what offense is going to show up?
Hopefully, it's the good one.
Yeah, if it's a good one, they have a shot. You know what I'm
saying? Absolutely. The other NFC game we got going on is going to be on the History Channel. It's the History Channel game, quote unquote. 42-year-old Tampa Tom Brady will head down the coast to meet 40-year-old Drew Brees in the Mercedes Dome in the Big Sleazy. It's going to be a good game. I mean, it is going to be televised on the History Channel because these motherfuckers are old as shit. Combined age of over 80 years old between the two of them. What is it? 7 Super Bowls between the two of them. 6 by Tom and 1 by Drew. So it's gonna be really. I think it's gonna be a really good game. I think Drew Brees and the Saints, because they're gonna be playing at home, I think they send Tom Brady home a little early this season, and they'll see him next year. But I think I got the Drew Brees and the Big Sleazy.
Okay. I don't know, man. Call me crazy. I think Tom Brady wins it.
Ooh. I like it. We got some controversy right here. We get over to
won the overall thing. I ended up winning, huh? Because you got sick?
Yes, you did, because I got sick. Bastard. So Artie did win the picks for the regular season by 2 because I got sick. It is what it is. We call that an incomplete freaking game, but it is what it is. Artie, congratulations. You won that.
Wait, didn't we bet a sixer on there or something?
Yes, we bet a sixer.
Okay.
You're gonna take money from a COVID man? I'm just recovering from COVID, bro.
Gives me a reason to try to see my godson.
There you go. Hey, I'm down with it. Over in the AFC side, we got the scrappy little Browns heading into Chiefs territory. Could they pull off another upset? Will Baker wake up feeling dangerous again, or is Mahomes going to show them why they deserve to be back-to-back Super Bowl champions again?
Look, if the Browns could somehow find...
I know where you're going with it. I was waiting. When I wrote this, I was like, Artie's going to give me the whole. If the Browns wake up and they show up and they tie their laces sideways, and then even then, they're going to lose to the Chiefs.
They'll lose by Double digits. I just don't see it, man. They're just the Chiefs are a well-oiled machine, bro. Unless a major injury happens, Brent. Like how, bro? Like how? Like they're just too good of a team, man.
I'm with you there. I think honestly, Kansas City is going to be in the AFC Championship game and possibly go into the Super Bowl once again. And I think it'd be remiss of us not to think that way. They just look that good. Is the week off going to hurt them, or is that going to give them time to even get more healthier? If anybody had some alien freaking problems or whatever it might have been, I mean, whatever. Like the rich are getting richer over there just because they got an extra week off. I don't see a way that the Browns come into Kansas City and win. But I said the same thing about the Browns going into Pittsburgh and winning the way they did. I thought they had a chance.
Well, that's two different teams.
But no, absolutely. But I mean, I don't know, man. I got to give it to Kansas City. Obviously, number one choice. You got to go there. It's the ultra pick, ultra lock forever, right? For at least for the next couple of years. But Cleveland, sneaky. They might make it a game. They might make it a game. Did you know the last time Baker Mayfield and Patrick Mahomes faced each other in a quote unquote like a championship game? You know when that was?
When?
It was I believe it was 4 years ago. Patrick Mahomes was with Texas Tech, and when they were in college, and fuck it, I just said it. Baker Mayfield was playing with who did he play? Oklahoma. Yeah, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, and they went back and forth. Baker Mayfield threw 7 touchdowns that game. Mahomes threw 5, I believe, and Baker Mayfield won that game, or Oklahoma won that game. So, if you're going to take the head-to-head, I mean, it's possible. Shit has happened, but obviously, Texas Tech is nowhere near what Kansas City is, right? And the Browns are nowhere near what Oklahoma was. But still, you know what I mean? The pedigree to win or to beat for Baker Mayfield to beat Mahomes, it's there. He's got to have that in the back of his head. You don't think?
No.
I'm trying to help the Cleveland people, dog. Let me try and give them hope. Kansas City's winning that game, hands down. We're gonna see them.
Here's the thing. Here's the real thing, Brent. Does Kansas City win over under double digits?
Ooh. I know my dad hates the over-under thingy, but I'm going to go... Son of a bitch. If you would have told me 10 points, I would have been like, you know what, I think so. I'm going to go with they're going to go over, so I'm going to go with 10, because I think they're going to win by about 10.
Okay.
I think they win by a touchdown and a field goal.
Yeah, I think they win by more than 10. I think it's somewhere between like 10 to 14.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's right there.
By 10.
Yeah. All right, man. Finally, we have the wildest game of the bunch, I think. The Ravens head to New York to face off against a team that hasn't been to the playoff since 1995, when they made it all the way to the Super Bowl and lost to the Cowboys. For the 4th time in a row, they had lost in the Super Bowl. The Buffalo Bills actually went to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row, 3 times against the Cowboys, once against the Niners, and lost all 4 times. So it's the first time since the Bills have been back to the playoffs since then, which is awesome. Will the Bills' defense be able to contain Lamar Jackson, or will the Ravens' defensive backs be able to hold down the Bills' dynamic passing game? What do you think, Artie?
I think that's a great game, dude. I think that's going to be I think the Breeze and Tampa Bay is going to be a really good game. And I think this is going to be, I don't know, man. I feel like in some ways it's like them passing the torch. Like the youngins are going to have their shot.
Yeah.
Because a young quarterback is going to come out of that. It's either going to be Josh Allen or Jackson, Lamar. So,
yeah.
like, I'm really excited for both of them. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you there.
I like Lamar. And I think that I think Josh Allen knows who he is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think Lamar is busy trying to prove to people what he's not. I don't think he wants to be known as a running back quarterback because he's a quarterback that runs who can pass, right?
I'm there.
And I think he wants to be known as a quarterback that can pass who can run really well. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
that's my opinion. That's why I think he had such a rough year.
I'm okay with that analogy.
And I think Allen knows what he is, dude. Like, I think he knows he's a quarterback that can pass with a bazooka for an arm.
Oh, yeah.
That could run as well, too. And I think he knows that. And I don't think he's, like, busy trying to prove
I think his main thing is I'm a pass the ball. That's my number one concern. And I think with Lamar Jackson, I think his number one concern is I got to keep moving. I want to throw the ball, but I got to keep moving, and that's his number one concern. And I think it's gonna separate it, man. If Buffalo can stop Lamar Jackson, if they can put a spy on him and don't let him get out of there, I think Buffalo has a really good chance of beating Baltimore. But I think if Baltimore gets loose and Lamar Jackson starts running around being crazy, I think they have the opportunity to go. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm putting mine right now. I'm going with Buffalo on this one. I think Josh Allen and their passing attack that they have, especially with Stephon Diggs out there, oh my God. Honestly, I'm going with Buffalo on this one. I think Buffalo goes on to the NFC Championship game. Or AFC Championship game. I never thought I'd say it, but it's happening. Buffalo.
Okay. I'm going to take Lamar. I kind of want to hope and believe in Lamar. So I'm just gonna take on him, but I mean, I honestly could see it either way, dude. Like, I don't have anything. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you're right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it won't surprise me either way. I will be surprised if this is one team gets blown out. You know
I don't think it's gonna be a blowout no matter who wins. I think it's gonna. I honestly think it's gonna come down to the fourth quarter, last 4 minutes. Somebody makes a mistake, and that's what costs them the game. And somebody's gonna win. Like I said. Oh no, that was the other game. But I think a touchdown, 6 points maybe, is the difference in this game.
Okay, I think if somebody could create a blowout, I think the Bills could create a blowout.
I don't see the Bills. I mean, I could see both of them scoring a shit ton of points, but I don't see a blowout one way or the other. I think, like I said, honestly, I think the Bills are going to win by about 6 points. I think. It less than obviously less than a touchdown, an extra point, but I think it's going to be a really close game all the way to the end. I think 4 minutes left. Whoever has the ball, they're going to be trailing by 6. They're going to try and come back, and somebody's going to make a mistake. Either Lamar Jackson's going to drop the ball when he's going to be running, or Josh Allen's going to throw an interception. Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Last 4 minutes. Count them right now. Let them all know what's going on. I know you put on here to look into the postseason awards: MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think since we haven't seen the other two teams play this yet in the playoffs, because like the Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers both did not play a game because they both had the freebie or whatever. I think we have to wait to pick those guys. I think we have to wait till next week after we see these other two games.
They're regular season awards.
It says here postseason award prediction. You put it
like after. Okay, I see what you mean. Like, I meant to get them in the postseason, bro. Like after.
Oh, I thought. Well, then they're regular season awards. I'm like, oh shit, man. I don't know, bro. I didn't see how Mahomes did. I don't get to see how Aaron did. I don't fucking know, bro. That's gonna be interesting, man. I really haven't done my research on that one as far as who I think the front runners in are, honestly. But for MVP, I think it's going to be one of the quarterbacks we discussed a couple weeks ago before we took a break and I got sick. I don't think Russell Wilson's in that talk anymore. I think Mahomes is still there. You gotta.
How about this? Get your bridges ready, homie. We'll talk about it next week.
That sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. All right, man. We'll do that. Then we'll figure out the postseason awards next week for the regular season of the NFL and this season. Anything else before we get out of here, man?
Hey, same old, you know, like, be healthy out there, you know, like I feel like, I said this before, but I felt like the walls are closing in, and when 3 of my really good friends end up getting sick, you know, 2 days apart, and they really don't see each other, like, oh, that scared the wifey. Other than that, enjoy your sports, you know, and it is part of the process. The vaccine's around the corner. Feel as you may about it, you know, I know there's a lot of people that believe in the conspiracy theories and don't want to do it, and that's cool. More power to you, I guess. I'll be getting that vaccine when I get a chance. I'm not really in a hurry to get it, you know, because I'm a little worried. I mean, I don't want to say skeptical, but I'm worried about it, you know, because you're worried about what you don't know everything about.
Right.
And
but you're gonna
basically,
but you are gonna get it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get it. And I'm like your wifey, you know, where I guess I'm scheduled to get it ahead of time. I don't know. Nobody's told me anything.
Right.
Let me tell you that. Nobody's contacted me like, hey, you're a teacher, so you're gonna get your vaccine next month. Nobody told me that. I feel like people that are proactive could go get it right now. Have you noticed that? Because I saw that there was openings. One of my aunts, because her husband's a lawyer, and they run like a private clinic out of Palm Springs, and she basically does all like the financing of it, right? Of the private clinic.
So what's supposed to be happening? You can go online and you can schedule yourself for an appointment. At least in Riverside County, I know this is true, right? But the problem with that is that a lot of people are signing up for the vaccine that don't meet the criteria for the tier 1 people that are supposed to be getting the shot. So people that are over 60 years old, people that have pre-existing health conditions, people that work in the medical field, people that are, you know, frontline workers or stuff like that. Those are the people that are supposed to be going out there right now. So what's happening, it's causing a log jam, and they have to send people home. Like, no, like you're not in the Schedule 1 thing of shots. So yes, you can sign up for it, but when you get there, if you don't meet the criteria, they're going to send you off on your merry little way.
Cool. Good to know. Way to inform us.
Yeah. While I was sick, all I did was read the news, man. That's all I did. Basically, that I couldn't watch TV for too long because I'd just get bored, but just read the news. And that's a lot of the stuff going on right now is because a lot of people are trying to get the vaccine, but they're not part of that Schedule 1 release yet, and they're clogging up the system, and it's just making things more difficult for people who are supposed to be getting it right now to be getting it. So.
All right.
Anything else before we get out of here?
Not that I could think of.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week again. Stay safe, stay clean. Wear your N95s or KN95 masks. Make sure you wash your hands. Use hand sanitizer. Stay the hell away from people if you don't need to see them. We'll all be together once again once all this stuff gets over with. If you think it's not true, I am living proof that it is true. COVID is a fucking thing, and if you get it, I pray that you only get mild symptoms because it's crazy if you get it hit really hard, and I'm still dealing with it, and I don't know how long I'm going to have to be dealing with the stuff like that, but I'm glad that I'm better now, and I'm getting better every single day. So all I hope is that everybody else stays safe, stay out of trouble. Don't go out unless you absolutely have to, but if you have to, please be safe, and that's the only way we're going to get past this. We're going to get through this together, and hopefully we can all hang out again in the summer because this is all going through, and everybody got their vaccines. All right, guys, I am Brent. That's Artie. We're going to catch you guys next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. See you later, guys.
Thanks for letting me do my sign-off.
I asked you, is there anything else you want to say?
You always say, hey, can we hear your patented sign-off?
Artie, let's hear your patented sign-off before we get out of here.
All right. All right, mi gente, make sure we wash our hands and wear those masks because we don't want to be like Brent and catch the COVID or the Rona.
All right, guys, see you later.